My lords, ladies and gentlemen, chairman, members of the Court of Directors, students at the Edinburgh Academy, and in particular of the class of 2020, who should be here with me today to celebrate the end of their academy careers. Welcome to exhibition. This will be an exhibition like no other, and the first time that this event will unfold with hardly any members of the Edinburgh Academy community actually present. This is just one more thing to add to the considerable number of firsts that have happened in this academic year 2019-2020. Just stop and consider that for a second. This year has seen some dramatic differences, changes, new additions, and a considerable shift in the ways in which we have had to do things. We're beginning to see the light at the end of the tunnel. However, and we owe our successes and progress to a willingness to be adaptable, to be patient, to be creative, to trust in each other, and to stay positive. We are living in a time when history is being made before our eyes, and we will come out of this period as different, stronger, and better people, made more resilient and determined by what we have all been through. I think the thing we have all missed is having our students here, in this school, laughing, chatting, rushing about, being sensational, getting it wrong occasionally. A school is not a school without its pupils, and we have missed them. Exhibition today is a chance to celebrate their successes and careers, and congratulate members of our whole community before we break up for the summer. Before we go any further, let me first give my sincere thanks to all those who have taken part today to make this exhibition happen. To David Trujillo Farley, our head of marketing, and Perry, our cameraman, to Richie and Carrie Gardner, our pipe and drummers, from one family to avoid COVID restrictions, to our virtual Zoom choir, to our head effers, and to all the staff who have made a considerable effort to ensure that this exhibition goes as well as it can. Thank you. Let me also congratulate all of you as well. When the school closed on the 20th of March, we had no idea how the following weeks and months would unfold. And I know there was considerable uncertainty amongst our own staff, our pupils, and of course, the parent body. This shift to a new way of working had to happen quickly, and changes needed to be made, with a significant level of uncertainty about how long these changes would need to be maintained for as well. I hope that, 14 weeks later, you all realise that we have faced, and I hope overcome, the ravages of a global pandemic and circumstances that none of us could have truly been prepared for. I know things have been difficult, and I know that this new style of working has proved exceptionally challenging, tiring, and has required a significant amount of learning from everyone. From our wonderful teaching staff who have had to deliver their academic classes in a remote and online format, to our students who have experienced a very new way of living and learning, and to our parents who have stood side by side with us in the delivery of remote learning, providing a home-based learning environment, juggled working from home as well as coping with period 3 maths, overcoming the mysteries of uploading files to Firefly, and seen firsthand just how challenging it can be sometimes to teach a thirds class in period 7 on a Friday afternoon. Thank you to everyone. I really do hope that we look back on these past few days and weeks and take all the very best that we have learned to make us stronger and more resilient, adaptable and accepting of change. Thank you so much to those parents who have stood by us and recognised the hard work and commitment that our staff have shown in very challenging times. I am absolutely sure that every member of our community is looking forward to a relaxing and refreshing summer break when it does finally come. So, for the first musical presentation for this exhibition, let me introduce Richie and Carrie Gardner from our pipe band to play for us all. Thank you very much, Richie and Carrie. Exhibition is an important milestone as it marks the transition from one school year into the summer holiday and the beginning of the new academic session. It also marks the end of the school careers of our senior year, the class of 2019-20, who have had the most peculiar of years in the way in which it has finished. Whilst our sevenths make up the significant bulk of our leavers today, there are, of course, a small number of others who are also departing for pastures new, to university or to employment, and we wish them all the very best of luck as they face the challenges ahead. To all our leavers today, who are about to join the ranks of the academicals, I hope that as you leave, you do so looking back fondly on your time with us. I very much hope to welcome you back to Henderson Row at some point in the future. We will certainly try to have a prize giving and celebration for our sevenths at some point in the future when larger gatherings are allowed. We also have those members of staff who leave today, and all of whom, in their own way, have left their mark on the school. A number of staff are either retiring today after years of devoted service, or are moving on to exciting new posts and other opportunities. Saying goodbye to members of our staff who have made such an impact on the lives of many of our students is never an easy thing to do, and it is almost impossible to truly recognise the devotion and dedication that our departing members of staff have shown over the years at the Academy. Before I move to those who are leaving permanently, let me just wish to members of staff the very best of luck and all our love as they step away from the Modern Languages Department for a period of maternity leave. To Catherine Turner, who steps down as head of PSHE as well, and also to Yanmei Bowie, who may well be back for the first few weeks of the autumn term. We wish you all the very best of luck in what lies ahead. We are also hugely lucky in managing to draw some very talented and passionate individuals to come and teach with us for short-term contracts and to cover absences, maternity leave, or to undertake training with us. All make a significant impact during their time with us, and we thank the following for all they have done in their relatively short time with us at the school. To Ewan Brown, Rachel Campbell, Zua Ree, Jed Case, Bryony Aston, and Dr. Cat Lord Watson. Thank you very much for all you have done for us. We are also saying goodbye to Helen Folding-Bird, our school doctor this year, after 11 years of service to the school. Having a school doctor significantly improves our pastoral and medical provision, and our students have greatly benefited from Helen's knowledge, experience, wisdom, and knack of building close relationships with people that build trust, confidence, and reassurance. We will really miss her straight-talking, passionate, and dedicated approach to everything that she does, and she will be enormously missed by us all. Mark Appleson, our Director of Rugby, previously Head of PE, and inspirational rugby athletics coach amongst other things, is heading across East Fettes Avenue from Newfields to take on the challenging role of Director of Sport at Fettes. This is an outstanding role for someone of Mr. Appleson's abilities, and it is a huge loss to the school to see him go after 11 years. All those who he has coached and taught greatly appreciate his no-nonsense sense of purpose, his inspirational coaching, and his desire always to keep learning and improving. He teaches players how to be good people and great players second, and still concentrates on the values of teamwork, dedication, and sportsmanship. I am delighted to see him go on and get promoted, and I'm sure we will see him on touchline and finishing post in many years to come. He has made an outstanding impact on the school, and the current strength of our rugby programme is a reflection of his dedication and the excellence of his craft. We all miss him, and we wish him the very best of luck in the challenges ahead. Over the course of the summer, there have been a number of changes in our admissions team, one of the most important departments in the school. As the admission team is usually the first group of people that any prospective parent or pupil meet, it is vital to have a warm, welcoming, reassuring, and utterly professional staff in this department. We've been hugely lucky in this respect. to have benefited from such an amazing team. Jackie Murray-Brown, Monique Lockhart and Annie Scaramuccia all depart this term for well-earned retirements and new challenges. The strength of the school's numbers in nursery, junior and senior school is a reflection of their hard work, wonderful sense of humour, warmth and dedication. The admissions team, led by Jackie Murray-Brown, has overseen the growth of the school since 2007. In the end of that academic year, the school had 819 pupils in it, 497 in the senior school. On leaving in 2020, the school has grown to 1,051, with 657 in the senior school. Jackie, as admissions registrar, Monique and Anna finished their years of dedicated service, knowing that the school is full, in great heart, and having secured the future of the academy for some time into the future. We also have had to say goodbye to two senior members of the physics department who have both chosen to retire this year. Jonathan Smith leaves us after 13 years at the academy, not only having inspired in the field of physics, but also having had a significant impact within the RAF section of the CCF. And at a time when finding staff to dedicate their passions to the CCF can be difficult, Jonathan Smith has time and time again sought to support Madam Heinzer and the RAF section of the CCF, and his superior knowledge in this area has been invaluable. Alongside him in the department has been Nick Armstrong, who leaves the school this summer after 21 years of dedicated service in many different roles. Nick is the archetypal independent school master, in that between lessons, underpinned by a very high level of subject knowledge that lead many into the study of physics and science in general, he also has shared his passions for athletics and golf, among many other things. Not only that, but Nick Armstrong had the unenviable task for many years of being the school's timetabler and delivering each summer a workable timetable for the entire senior school. This is no easy feat, and the complexities of producing a timetable that works for over 600 students, as well as satisfy the needs of a variety of staffing requests, can never be underestimated. Both gentlemen have made a significant impact in many areas of school life, and we must thank them both for their service. Yvonne Harley and Norma Wood leave the careers department this summer, having overseen the development and preparation of so many of our students as they transition from young and inexperienced teenagers to adults ready to leave the safety of the academy and head away to courses at college, university, graduate apprenticeships, or to the workplace. Between them, they have almost 50 years of academy experience at their fingertips and have witnessed an enormous evolution in the school in their time with us. Yvonne has led the department for the last 11 years and has overseen the developments, improvements and changes in the way careers and the world of work operates, and they have assisted thousands of students to progress from school and on to the next exciting stage in their lives. Yvonne has led this department for 11 years, alongside teaching in the Modern Language department, and her expertise and insight into the world of work and careers is legend. We wish Yvonne and Norma all the very best for a wonderfully relaxing and rewarding retirement. I would like to take this opportunity to thank those who have been such a wonderful support to the Academy this year, and in particular in the difficult days, weeks and months since the school closed and we had to move to an online and remote educational system. Thank you to all our parents who have had to step in and provide classroom support to their sons and daughters during this period of closure. I would love to think that this has been a passive role where you can sit and watch with admiration as your sons and daughters displayed their superb academic talent and coped with all these challenges that their teachers have set them on Firefly or Teams. However, to all of you who have had the same experience as I thank you for so much for your perseverance and willingness to step in and solve IT issues, think quickly when your home network goes down, your sudden ability to remember long forgotten French or Spanish, how to do algebra, what the capital of Azerbaijan might be, why World War II started, or what the difference between speed and momentum is. If you are like me, You will be delighted when schools restart in August, and remembering how to do long division without a calculator will not figure in your day. To the members of our Parent Association, and in particular Fiona Lane and Caroline Reid as the chairs of the EPA, and to Rachel McCauley, who recently stepped down from this position, as well as all the members of the Parents Association, who provide such an important link between the school and the parent body. Thank you all for what you do. Thank you to everyone involved in this organisation. We also have our academical community as well, who are such an important part of this school and its history. My thanks also. We have achieved a great deal of good work in reconnecting with our academical community over recent years, and I have to thank Charles Robertson, Colin Innes and Brian Hay-Smith for all their work in guiding the EAC during their times as the board. And I would like to welcome Tony Cook, who has taken over as the new president and is ably supported by Andrew Kosh as vice president and Barney Payton as secretary and treasurer. My thanks to Anna Robertson, who has recently stepped down from her position as secretary. My sincere thanks are also due to Mr. Giles Dove, our Director of Development and Alumni Relations, and his team, all of whom are seeking new ways to connect with our alumni from all corners of the globe, especially in preparation for the celebration of the Academy's 200th year in 2024. As you will have seen, our building plans have had to be put on hold due to COVID-19, and so we will not be able to start the development of our science and library extension in July as we had planned. This is a great shame, but I do hope that we will be able to launch this project at some point in 2021. We have also extended the scope of our development work to raise further funding for our bursary scheme, aimed at supporting those families who may face financial difficulties in the difficult days ahead. And now let me turn to the sevenths, the class of 2020, and our leavers this year. They have had a particularly unusual year, which finished far earlier and without the celebration and fanfare that they deserve. My sincere thanks to all our sevenths. As we say to them, our staff team will never let the school falter or fail, but a good sevenths makes all the difference about whether we have an excellent year or not. The sevenths this year have been superb and have led from the front. From taking forward the Rights Respecting School Award, from increasing our awareness of LGBT issues, from introducing division lunches and opportunities to further develop bonds and friendships throughout the year groups, giving thought-provoking and hilarious speeches at Speaker's Dinner and our Burn Supper, their leadership in music, the CCF, on our sports teams, and in leading divisions in division drama and division singing. We have been very lucky indeed with the way our leavers have risen to every challenge. In particular, may I single out 3 music scholars who are leaving amongst the class of 2020 and have been exceptional in all aspects of the music programme this year. The music department would like to acknowledge the significant services of Cormac Leventhal, Benedict Santry and Caspar Bogey in particular, and wish them all the very best of luck in their musical exploits in the future. I am delighted to be able to invite our head efforts to speak later in this exhibition, as they represent what is the very best about the Edinburgh Academy. Beyond the grades, the university entry, the win-loss ratio on a sporting team, we want our students to be good people, to have values, to know the difference between right and wrong, to be honest with themselves and others, to always try hard, to meet every difficulty with determination and a smile, and to be confident but never arrogant. When asked, which school did you go to? I want our students to be able to answer with pride, I went to the Edinburgh Academy, and for it to mean something good, that our graduates are good people. They go out into the world with a sensitivity and an understanding as to what is happening beyond our gates, a determination to help others, an understanding and gratitude for the sacrifices people have made to give them this education, a passion to show it was all worth it, and a sense of direction onto the next stage of their life whatever that might be. Our head effers, Zara Elliott and Aidan Dennis, have been superb in this year and have been an absolute joy to work with. As I have said to them both last week, they have set the bar incredibly high for those that are following them in the way that I could have asked them to lead this year, and I could have not have asked for two better role models to lead and to represent the school. I am looking forward to hearing them both speak. In their speech, Aidan and Zara will present the Francis Hardy Trophy. This trophy was awarded for the first time last year to a member of the academic staff that has been identified by the leaving class in any year as the teacher who has had the most significant impact on the students in that year. There are only two conditions to the award, and they are that the award recipient is chosen by the students and that the previous winner of the award cannot win it a second time. It is chosen only by the sevenths, and this year would have been presented by Dr. Charles Brookman, who was the recipient of this award for the first time last year. Before that award is made, I would just like to thank every member of the staff for their hard work over the course of this academic year. This has been a year unlike any other and has placed greater demands on our teaching staff that has ever been asked of them before. They have risen to every challenge and have been magnificent in delivering education in an entirely new manner. I wish I could award them all a trophy, but for the sake of keeping this exhibition short, I will ask Aidan and Zara only to award the Francis Trophy to one member of our staff this year. Aidan and Zara were half of the team of senior effers and were ably supported at the outset of the year by Freya Scott and Archie Ajayi as deputy head effers. Freya would have closed yesterday's final school assembly in the main hall, and it is a great shame that we did not get to hear her speak, as she has been truly outstanding as deputy head effer and as head of Kinross. With them, the team of effers have worked very hard indeed, with all the challenges that have faced them over the course of this year. Many thanks indeed to Freya, to Archie, to Maeve Gorman, Bruno Armitage, Alistair Harrison, Anushka Murillo, Charlie Ball, Scarlett Donald, Jack Harris, Sophie Lundy, Hamish Cartwright, Angus Rintoul, Flora Miller, Gregor Mackenzie, Manuela Davis Venganchera, Holly Rafferty, Aparna Nalathambi, Bess Sweet, Callum Clark, Tabitha Marston, and James Carson. Thank you to all. Thank you for your year of service and leadership to the school. At the end of this exhibition, one division will lift the division trophy, and it is a great shame that those heads of division will not get to stand on the stage and to have the rapturous applause of their friends and division members. Thank you so much to those of you who have led your divisions this year. It is not always the easiest of tasks to control and encourage members of the school to get involved, especially if it is cross-country. And so thank you all for your determination and your passionate leadership of this division. As one door closes, another door opens, and time in a school never really stands still, although at times in these last few months it has certainly felt as if it has. As we say goodbye to the leavers of 2020, we also look towards the next academic year and what that might bring. As is our tradition, we would have celebrated the succession of a new team of effers yesterday in naming the new team for 2020-21 and announcing the head and deputy head effers that will take over from Aidan, Zara and Freya. In keeping with that tradition, therefore, let me firstly announce the new effer team for 2020. The effers will be Sam Bell, David Cannon, Samuel Chittleborough, Joel Davenport, Hector Deavy, Rohith Devanthan, Grace Edward, Richie Gardner, Andrew Gillespie, Magnus Harkness, David McRae, Naomi Loop, Ben Murray, Harry O'Connor, Erin O'Neill, Sophie Okasawa, Lily Penman, Georgie Pringle, Ailey Rivers-Bell, Cameron Searle, Kate Shannon, Freya Simpson, Halquat Sultan and Dan Toner. The heads of division for next year will be for Carmichael, Freya Simpson and Richie Gardner. For Coburn, Georgie Pringle and Magnus Harkness. For Houses, Lily Penman and Hector Deavy. And for Kinross, David McRae and Erin O'Neill. Congratulations to them all. Normally, I would now invite the outgoing head and deputy head EFAs to welcome the new senior EFAs to the stage. The announcement of head EFAs is usually preceded by the rumbling and tumultuous noise of the school stamping their feet on the wooden floorboards of the main hall. Unfortunately, no such excitement today, and it is with a great deal less noise, but more pride, that I announce the following appointments. As Deputy Head EFAs, Sam Bell and Lily Penman, and as Head EFAs, Samuel Chittleborough and Kate Shannon. There is no question that our team of EFAs for 2020 will be an essential part of the school's recovery plan when we look to reopen in August. This senior leadership team of our student body will be hugely instrumental in helping us manage all aspects of the school's start again and our return to school. And I look forward to working with this team, and in particular the 4 senior leaders in Sam, Lily, Samuel and Kate, in what will be a very complex but hugely rewarding task of starting the school again after 5 months of closure. I wish them all the very best of luck in their new appointments and look forward to working with them. As I head onto my closing comments, let me also highlight the recipients of this year's Ian Harvey Prize for Service to the School. These are prestigious awards to our students who are identified by members of the teaching staff as having gone above and beyond expectation in trying to make the school a better place and in devoting their time and energies to projects that make us a better and more fulfilling community. Ian Harvey Prizes for Service to the School are awarded to Anushka Murillo, Callum Clark, Jack Harris, Sasha Smith, Aidan Dennis and Sophie Lundy. Congratulations to them all. To all our leavers, therefore, both from the staff and student body, you go with our very best wishes, and please, please, always regard the Academy as somewhere that you would be welcome back to visit. Please stay in touch. Keep us up to date with your news and your contact details, so we can invite you to events when they are allowed to happen again once more. Wear your Aki's ties or pendants with pride, knowing that you were part of this fine school at a time when history was being made, and you played your part in getting us all through this together. Our motto is, of course, always excel, and do try to keep that idea with you. So when you leave the protective walls of Henderson Row, do your best in everything. Look out for each other, support each other, stay in touch, and we all look forward to welcoming you back to Henderson Row or to Newfields soon. Let me leave you all with these thoughts. They are taken from an unknown author, but are certainly appropriate as you step away from the school and into the next exciting stage of your life. As you journey through life, choose your destinations well, but do not hurry there. You will arrive soon enough. Wander the back roads and forgotten paths, keeping your destination in your heart, like the fixed point of a compass. Seek out new voices, strange sights, and ideas foreign to your own. Such things are riches for the soul. And if, upon your arrival, you find that your destination is not exactly as you dreamed of, do not be disappointed. Think of all you would have missed but for your journey there, and know that the true worth of your travels lies not in where you come to be at journey's end, but in who you come to be along the way. Floreat Academia.
Good morning, teachers, parents, pupils and academicals. Zara and I would like to extend a warm welcome to you all and thank you for watching our 196th exhibition and our first ever virtual exhibition. Even though we cannot gather as a school today to celebrate the end of another academic year, Zara and I are incredibly grateful to have this opportunity to address everybody that has contributed to our amazing time here at the Academy.
I would especially like to welcome our fellow sevenths. I am so thankful for having the chance to get to know all of you and to have shared the most amazing years of my life with such an incredible year group. I cannot express the sadness I have at the fact that we cannot be together today, but I'm already counting down the days until we meet again, whenever that may be. Almost a year ago today, I was sitting in the exhibition hall on the Mound, listening to Gordon MacNeil and Mia Carroll deliver their final speech as head effers of the school. Having been announced as the new head girl 2 days previous, listening to this speech terrified me. For many reasons, but the only one still relevant today, and my biggest fear of all, is knowing that Aidan and I are not only speaking for ourselves, but we are speaking for our year group. As head effers of the school, we have the final word. But throughout this speech, we are representing each and every 7th pupil that did not get to say goodbye to our beloved school the same way that we have watched so many years do in the past. So I would like to start off by saying that the 7th of the academic year 2019 to 2020 have been extraordinary. Everybody is special in their own unique way, and everybody has their differences, which make them stand out. But when you put us all together, we are exactly that, extraordinary. I think I speak for all of these extraordinary people when I say that we are heartbroken. Heartbroken because we have been robbed of everything that we had looked forward to for so long. And heartbroken because after all these years together, we didn't even get a chance to say goodbye to everybody that made our years at EA so unforgettable. But we must remember that these Leavers celebrations are not just a celebration of a moment in time. We are not only celebrating the end of our time at the academy, we are celebrating all of our years at this fine school, spent learning about the world, about each other, and about ourselves. We should remember how we have grown, because going to the academy is an education. Yes, an education in the classroom, and a very good one at that, but more importantly, an education about what it is to be a responsible, mature, polite, well-humoured, respectful, hard-working and kind young adult. We are not going to let the lack of a great big exhibition take away anything from our achievements and from what this day signifies. It signifies the end of our childhood and our final steps in the pathway to becoming an adult.
To the pupils of the Edinburgh Academy who will be returning after the summer, your time here at the Academy is limited and it will be over before you know it. But the memories and friends that you make will last a lifetime, so make as many of them as you can. Immerse yourself in these amazing opportunities that you're provided with here at the school. Two of my favourite moments from my time at the school were the Globe trip in London last May and the MUN trip to Geneva in December, each moment shared with an amazing group of teachers and friends, which I wouldn't have experienced if I hadn't taken advantage of all the opportunities presented to me at EA.
By pushing myself to try new things, I became a member of the Edinburgh Academy Chamber Choir, and it is one of the things that I'm going to miss most about this school. Being one of the 5 choirs in the United Kingdom to reach the BBC Songs of Praise semi-finals in 2019 will stay with me for life. Thank you for everything, Mr. Tully. Push yourself out of your comfort zone and find your passion, whether it's rugby or singing or anything in between, because there truly is something on offer for everybody at EA.
And to our generation as a whole, none of us could have expected anything like COVID-19 to happen in our lifetimes. None of us could have predicted that a pandemic would cause the world to go into lockdown in 2020. Life is full of surprises. The world is changing rapidly, and we have to be the generation not only to experience that change, but to drive it. Many things at the moment are uncertain, and I think many of us have forgotten what normal life is supposed to look like. But that's not a bad thing. The normal that so many of us were living was not perfect in any shape or form, and this is our opportunity to initiate systemic change. We're going to create a new normal, and in order to do this, we must start with respect and appreciation. We must have respect for our fellow human beings, no matter their race, creed, sexuality, or background. The recent murder of George Floyd and other African Americans has reaffirmed the undeniable existence of systemic racism and oppression. Our school must take action to educate students about this issue. It is not good enough to simply not be racist and not agree with prejudices. If we are not actively anti-racist and anti-prejudice, then we become complicit in these prejudices. We must also appreciate our planet and stop treating it as if we have a replacement, because these actions are causing permanent damage, and soon we are going to reach a point of no return. COVID-19 has been a lesson to all of us, and we must learn from the time we've spent in lockdown. It has given us the time and the space to reflect and realise what is truly important in life. We're finally opening our eyes to the changes that must now take place for our world to move forward and undo the damage that has caused so much harm. It has also exposed the fragility of our society. Many families not far away from our school are one paycheck away from poverty. It is important we acknowledge how privileged we are to go to EA and do all we can to help those less fortunate. This year's Sleep in the Yard raised around £10,000 for Social Bite, which will go towards ending homelessness in Scotland. Scran Academy has moved into our school during the nationwide school closures and has already delivered over 50,000 meals to families in Edinburgh with the help of Sevenths volunteers and donations. During lockdown, the Sevenths leaders have also created a programme of daily online blogs, which we hope have provided some light-hearted entertainment for everybody during these difficult times. So find something you're passionate about and act on it. Do something to contribute to this mass movement. The change starts with us.
At the start of the year, Aidan and I aimed to make a difference in our school. Pupil Council has been one of our main focuses this year, because we believe that pupil voice is essential to the continued improvement of our school. With climate change being the single most important issue facing our generation, the Pupil Council has been successful in helping our school to become more environmentally friendly in many different aspects. We have also strived to enhance our community in many ways. We have initiated an exam-focused advice programme between the 7th and the younger years, piloted wellbeing tutors for 4ths, which we hope will be extended to the whole of middle years, and introduced division lunches and division hymn practices, which we hope will create a more cohesive pupil body.
Achieving the Silver Rights Respect in School Award was one of our aims this year, as this award recognises schools in which children's rights are respected, promoted and protected by everyone. Even though the assessment has had to be postponed due to the closure of schools, we hope that next year's leaders will use the system we have put in place to achieve silver swiftly and then progress to gold. We said this year would be a year of progress, and we hope that you would all agree this has been the case.
But progress is a constant, which must continue well beyond our time at the school, and we would like to wish the best of luck to Kate Shannon and Sam Chittleborough as they take on the roles of head effers next session. This year is going to fly by, so make the most of your time left at the Edinburgh Academy and enjoy your time as the leaders of the school. We know that you are going to be exceptional, and we can't wait to hear about all of your successes.
We would now like to announce the winner of the Francis Hardy Prize for Outstanding Service to the school. We are both lucky enough to have been taught by this teacher, and I think that I speak for all his pupils, both past and present, when I say his unwavering passion for his subject has shone through from day one. There is no recipient more deserving of this prize than this teacher, but he remains humble, unaware of the high regard in which he is held by all his pupils, especially the Sevenths. The winner is Mr. Meadows. Thank you for everything, sir.
And I would just like to say thank you to all of the teachers at the Academy for always supporting us, encouraging us, and challenging us to be the best version of ourselves. I truly wish that we could thank you all individually, but we've only been given 10 minutes and we're already way over our time.
We'd also like to thank Freya and Archie, the deputy head effers, as well as the other effer team, for your constant support and friendship. This year has been a group effort. And we often forget that we wouldn't be here without the support and guidance of our parents. So on behalf of all pupils at EA, I would also like to thank each and every Academy parent for allowing us the opportunity to receive such a rounded education at such an exceptional school.
At the heart of the Academy are the people. The people are what make this school so special. And that is why I am glad to say that this is not the end for us Sevenths. Today we can leave in the confidence that there will always be a home for us here at the Academy. Because no matter where our lives take us, we will always be academicals. It has been an honour and a privilege to share the greatest years of my life with the extraordinary people in this school, and I look forward to when we meet again. Floreat Academia.
am running away, my dear, from myself and the truth I fear. My heart is beating, I can see clear how I'm wishing that you were here. You said you'd follow me anywhere, but your eyes tell me you won't be there. I'm gonna learn how to love without you. I'm gonna carry my cross without you. Stuck in the middle, I'm just about to figure it out without you. And I'm not sitting home without you. I'm going out without you. I'm gonna start my new life without you. 'Cause I'm leaving today without you. Oh, 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 I'm gonna learn how to love without you. I'm gonna carry my cross without you. Stuck in the middle, I'm just about to figure it out without you. And I'm not sitting home without you. I'm going out without you. I'm gonna start my new life without you. 'Cause I'm leaving today without you.
Normally, in exhibition, we would also identify those students who have excelled in their academic pursuits over the course of their final 2 years at the school. Before I mention those who will be joining the Ducks Club, let me just congratulate all those who are in our first cohort of the Scottish Baccalaureate, which we offered for the first time this year. Given so much emphasis is placed on 5 hires, the Scottish Baccalaureate attracts only the very aspirational and determined of students, and I'm very pleased to congratulate both Tabitha Marston and Layla Sharpsbury, who have completed all aspects of the Scottish Baccalaureate, and we hope will be awarded their prize at the end of this year. Tabitha completed a baccalaureate in social science, whereas Layla took on the science baccalaureate, and now both await their SQA results to see if they are awarded the highest of this school qualification. The Ducks Club is reserved for those students who are operating at the highest of academic levels. Normally their names would appear in the exhibition programme, and so therefore I would like to invite the following to become members of the Ducks Club. Additions to the 2019 Ducks Club are made to 2 students who excelled in their advanced hires in 2019, and congratulations therefore are due to Gordon McNeil and Patrick McCormick, both of whom joined the 2019 Ducks Club. I would also like to welcome the following to become members of the Ducks Club for 2020. Bruno Armitage, Joe Barn, Casper Bogey, Aidan Dennis, Zara Elliott, Jack Harris, Sophie Lundy, Gregor Mackenzie, Kate McRae, Tabitha Marston, Belle Osler, Jack Rowan, Freya Scott and Bess Sweet. Congratulations to them all. In special recognition of students who have gone above and beyond in the pursuit of academic excellence, we traditionally award the Rector's Academic Achievement Award to those students who in any other year would have perhaps been recognised as the Ducks. Such is the academic quality of this year group. We have 2 Rector's Academic Achievement Awards to make, and I am delighted to present these awards to Maeve Gorman and to Alex Coley. The final academic prize, and the one that the school places at the most important that it gives to an individual student at exhibition, is of course the Ducks of each academic year. The boards at the back of the main hall carry the names of those who have gone before and been recognised as the highest achieving academic in each year group. Whilst the Ducks is awarded to a student who gained the highest grades in the higher and then subsequent advanced higher year, Grades are never a true measure of a person. I am absolutely delighted that this year's Dux Award, he embodies so much of what we try to achieve at the Edinburgh Academy. The recipient of this award is a genuine all-rounder, as well as being a fundamentally decent, respectful, honest and diligent young man, bound for King's College, Cambridge, to read music with a music scholarship, as well as, hopefully, the Cambridge Scholarship that can be awarded to an Edinburgh Academy student bound to study at Cambridge University. This student has stood on the stage, leading the school in hymn practice, and doing so with confidence and a maturity beyond his years. He is also a sergeant in the RAF section of the CCF and approaches everything he does with a great integrity, enormous intellect, and a calm patience that has bred confidence in all those that he has led. The recipient this year is a true team player and an exceptionally gifted individual. A huge number of students have sat in this hall, as well as in events such as Speaker's Dinner and at the Burn Suppers, and been enthralled by his musical talents. I am delighted and honoured to present to you this year the Dux Medal to Jack Harris. The following are a list of our prize winners for 2020. We are focusing on the sevenths, as this is the leaving class for this year, but unusually I'm going to start with a fifth, who is actually heading to Eton to undertake sixth form studies at Eton and goes there with our very, very best wishes. So the Fifths Music Prize, the Alistair Hope Kidd Prize for Mandarin, the Thompson Prize for Scottish History, and the William Henry Mill Prize for English to Jack Sweet. The Gordon Honeycomb Prize for Excellence in the Arts, Ailsa Calder. The John Parker Simon Prize for Physics, Alistair Harrison. The Globe Medal and the H.N. Boyd Prize for Mathematics, a Rector's Achievement Award, and the Ernest Balfour Music Prize, Alex Coley. The prize for Advanced Higher Computing Science and the Philip Cohen Prize for Physics Coursework, Alexander Sorokin. Richard Allen Prize for Economics, Business Studies and Internationalisation, Angus Rintoul. The Elder Prize for Set Design and Backstage, an Ian Harvey Prize for Service to the School, Anushka Murillo. The Deputy Head EFA Prize for Service to the School, Archie Ajayi. The James Michael Blair Prize for French, Bruno Armitage. The 5 Senior Challenge Cup and an Ian Harvey Prize for Service to the School, Callum Clark. The 7th Business Studies Prize and the Bradbury Shield for Best All-Rounder at Games, Campbell Swanson. The Analytical Chemistry Prize, Katerina Campos. An Ernest Balfour Music Prize and the John Anderson Lang Prize for Biology, Bess Sweet. The 7th Geography Prize and an Advanced Higher Religious Studies and Philosophy Prize, Belle Osler. The Higher Biology Prize, Edvokia Salaki. The Kim Needle Sculpture Prize, Finlay Mackay. Ernest Balfour Music Prize, the Trophy for Services to Girls Hockey, and the Deputy Head EFA Prize for Service to the School, Freya Scott. The Robert Balfour Prize for German, Gregor Mackenzie. The Philip Nisbet Prize for Photography, Ishbel Carson. The David Bishop Memorial Trophy for Services to Boys Hockey, Jake Ingalls. The Burnett Trophy for Services to CCF, James McEwen. The 7th Mandarin Prize and an Ernest Balfour Music Prize, Jonathan Nielsen. The James Clark Maxwell Prize, Layla Sharpsbury. Director of Music Prize, Joe Barn. The 7th Spanish Prize, an Academical Club Prize for Modern History, the Archibald Douglas Prize for English, and a Rector's Achievement Award, Maeve Gorman. The Cheney Art Prize, Manuela Davis Bengochea. Director of Music Prize and the Gardner Prize for Printmaking, Oscar Bertram. The Pentland Prize for Design Technology, the Burness Trophy for Painting, and the Hamilton and Inches Trophy for Jewellery and Silversmithing, Rosina Scarano. An Ian Harvey Prize for Service to the School, Sasha Smith. The Darcy Thompson Prize for Fieldwork and an Ian Harvey Prize for Service to the School, as well as the Fives Under-18 Trophy for Girls, Sophie Lundy. The Art Department Prize for Recognition of Achievement, Yasmin Sharpsbury. The John Masson-Gullen Prize for Chemistry, the Stevenson Cup for the Best Senior Girls All-Rounder at Games, the Director of Music Prize, and the Rosalind Gregson Trophy for Service to the School, Zara Elliott. The 7th Economic Prize, the J.D.A. Gray Prize for Social History in Advanced Higher Modern Studies, the Gregson Trophy for Service to the School, and an Ian Harvey Prize for Service to the School, Aidan Dennis. The Carmichael Classics Prize, an Ian Harvey Prize for Service to the School, the Hardman Cup for Services to Music, the Ridland Cup for Music, and the Gold Medal and Academical Club Prize for the Ducks of the School, Jack Harris. The final trophy of exhibition is now the Division Trophy, to signal the end of the Division competition for another year. It has been a very different competition this year, and clearly COVID-19 has had a considerable impact on many of the traditional competitions since March. As this period of time from March to June usually has so many division competitions, and some of them quite big point earners, we have had to adapt and improvise to move some aspects of these competitions into an online and remote format. My sincere thanks to Mr. Tully, Mr. Gray, Mr. Bryce, the division heads, and everyone for managing to do this so well. With something like the games being also impacted, huge thanks to Mr. Allingham and the PE department for organising the Division Strava competition, which seemed to have really captured the students' imagination. After last year's shock win by Houses, finally vanquishing Carmichael after their long run of almost a decade of wins, it has been a much more even competition this year. The lead has changed hands constantly over the course of the year, but in the end, after a very tight competition, which came right down to the wire after the Strava, the pipe and drum competition, as well as the Division Soloists competition, the winner of the Division Cup for this year is Carmichael. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful summer holiday.